I never thought that I would have abs because I always thought that in order to have abs, I would have to not eat my favorite food. Tacos, quesadillas, burritos, pizza, fried chicken, you name it. I was never willing to give that up to look good. However, I found out a way to make delicious Tex-Mex that is in accordance with my diet, that I never have to count calories around, never have to feel guilty after eating, and love every bite of it. I'm eating this multiple times per week. I'm staying lean year round, and I will show you how to prep these awesome blue corn quesadillas with ingredients that you can buy at your local store. If you're in Texas, you can get it from H-E-B incredibly simply. Just a few things, check this out. We want to start with some organic chicken. We want to get some sort of oil. I'm going to use beef tallow, but you can use any animal fat or even olive oil if you wish. We're going to use some mozzarella cheese. So it's actually going to taste a little bit like pizza. You don't have to use mozzarella cheese. You can use any cheese that you want, but I want to make it with mozzarella today. Of course, our blue corn tortillas that we got from H-E-B. If you don't want to make a blue corn tortilla, use a corn tortilla, use a flour tortilla. These are going to be delicious and awesome. Queso, amazing. I like the ingredients that the H-E-B store brand has. This is going to be a little bit hot. And of course, a little bit of seasoning. We got our garlic, we got our salt. Super easy. Make this in about 20 minutes. Check out how. First thing we want to start with is the thing that takes the longest to cook, which is the chicken. We're going to want to season this with salt. I'm going to liberally mix our favorite salts and seasonings on there. Just get a little bit of garlic, get a little bit of salt both sides. That is the secret. If you don't really know how to cook and don't really want to know how to cook, which is most of the bros who are tuning in right now, we just want to eat stuff that tastes good. Garlic and salt is the cheat code to making everything taste awesome. Okay, so now that we got both sides salted with a little bit of garlic, I'm actually going to turn the skillet on. This is me displaying my man strength. However, I got my fingers a little bit slimy with chicken. So now, whoops, open that up. After this Herculean feat of opening the beef tallow, we spread a little bit on the skillet where we're going to prepare our tortillas with the cheese. And then we put a little bit on the cast iron, which we got to get hot right now. So as that heats up, I am going to start chopping up the cheese and getting the tortillas nice and ready. So we're going to use 4 tortillas because we're going to be cooking essentially 4 tacos worth, or I don't even know how many square inches this would be. If I'm remembering to middle school, the area is pi r squared. So the radius is about 3 inches, 9 times pi. This is going to be about 28. If that's right, this is going to be about 28 square inches, 56 square inches of delicious quesadilla, if my math and eyeball estimates on size are correct. Now that we got this beef tallow liquidy, we're going to want to spread a tortilla around, and then we're going to flip it real quick so it gets both sides covered with that nice beef tallow. And then we're going to do that with all of the tortillas. Looks like we may need a little bit more beef tallow. That's okay. Pour a little bit more on there. Absolutely fine. So we're going to be, and these will actually get smaller as we cook them. So I'm going to tell you right now, there is absolutely room for 4 of these. We're going to make it happen. If you don't believe me visually, just wait and see. I'll prove you wrong. Okay, we're going to let that cook for a little bit. Turn the fan on low. All right, now we're seeing a little bit of smoke come from the cast iron, It is about ready to start spreading around that liquidy beef tallow. And we are going to put chicken tenders on. Let's see if we can get that sear sound. That's right. That's the appropriate temperature if it's searing, which it is. You guys can't smell this, but we can, and it smells awesome. While the chicken and tortillas cook, we're gonna want to open up our mozzarella ball. Start slicing this. That's about all we need. We're going to take the, may need to put a little bit more beef tallow on this cast iron as it is rapidly soaking everything up, but that's okay. Okay, now these tortillas are about ready to be flipped. At least this one is right here. We knew this as the liquid, as the tallow starts bubbling up to the top. That's about flip time. And so we're going to put our cheese on here. This one looks like it's ready to flip. Those two need to hang out just a little bit, and we'll cut a little bit more cheese. I think I underestimated how much cheese we could pack in there. All right, okay. Now that we see some liquid coming to the top, looks a little bit moist on the top, we can tell that this is ready to be flipped. These need to wait just a little bit longer. And these tortillas are taking just a little bit longer to cook, but we're gonna be very patient with these. We want them nice and crispy. Don't need to hurry up. This is gonna be a fast meal. It's gonna take 20 minutes. We don't need to make it in 15 because it's gonna taste much better when we're patient with the cheese and with the tortillas to make them nice and crispy. You can tell by the bubbles on top, this one's ready to flip. Throw more cheese on there. First one's ready. Take that off, let that sit for just a little bit. And our first half of a quesadilla is ready. We're gonna put that right there for safekeeping. Second one is also ready. We're gonna put it right here for safekeeping. So we let these continue to cook. I'm gonna start cutting this up. And this is such juicy chicken, right? If you get this at a restaurant, there's no way they're going to be so risk-seeking in making the chicken juicy. They always overcook chicken and fish in restaurants because they don't know how to live on the edge and cook it just enough but not too much. We, of course, know how to do that. That's the Chef Alex guarantee. All right, this, same deal. This is gonna be nice and juicy. Okay, now what we're gonna do with these quesadillas is because they're so small, these could serve as tacos, or we could actually fold them over and make them small blue corn quesadillas, but we're going to double them over. And we're going to put them back on and we're going to take some of the cheese. If it pours out of the sides, we'll just shove that back in. That's okay. No harm, no foul there. Okay, this last bit of chicken, this is ready. Take that off. Turn that flame off. And these We can look at the texture of the cheese and know that this is probably going to be ready to be removed in about 30 seconds, as is that. But we like both sides of this quesadilla getting crispy, so we're going to let that happen. All right. Take this half of the quesadilla, take that out. Start cutting up chicken tender 3 and 4. Well, we'll get a little bit of a taste. Get that right there. Tastes awesome. Tastes like a Cheez-It almost. All right, now we want to put the chicken on the other side. Mash this up. Put this back on for some safe cooking. Well, that's nice and crispy on both sides. Pick this up right now. Put that there. All right. Now we can cut it. And it's easier to cut it like that than it would be to fold them over just because of how crispy we like it. Start serving these. Probably about 15 seconds more here. All right, now we're going to take this off. Wonderful, wonderful. A few soldiers left behind. We're going to throw these back in. And then for the purpose of aesthetics, we're going to cut these. I'm only going to put a third one on the plate because we want to have threes. Odd numbers, of course. Got our 3 blue corn quesadillas right there. And of course, the finishing touch. Take a little bit of queso. Throw it on top. Let's see how we did. Oh! Chef Alex didn't miss.